So that first function, the driver function, it's technically called your dominant. And in Dr. John Beebe's model, he calls it the hero function. And I like using John's archetypal names here because it really gives a sense of the kind of certainty you're going to feel if you have a hero energy there. So I would say the right word for, or the right kind of feeling we have around that first function is overconfidence, right? A hero comes in assuming that they're going to be able to clean up a mess, take care of the bad guy, win the love of the, of the protagonist the entire time. Like they're going to be able to solve all the problems. And that's effectively the relationship we have with our driver or first function, is we assume that it's the right tool for all the jobs. And the overconfidence comes in two different ways. The first one is that we take risks in the domain of that function that maybe we shouldn't take, right?
Yeah.
We assume that if we break something in that function, we're going to be able to fix it. The second way that we show this overconfidence is that we bring it to situations where it is clearly an inappropriate tool for the job. So the two different styles might look like, I have extroverted intuition or exploration as my first or driver function. That's my hero. Same with you as an ENFP.
Yep.
And we may assume that we can take risks with our extroverted intuition that might be inappropriate. Like we might pattern something that we end up being very inaccurate around.
Oh, I've done that.
Yeah, we're doing it all the time, actually. Like, and make choices based on those patterns.
Yep.
Information we might not even come close to being able to know that that's true.
Or encourage other people to make choices on those patterns, which is even worse.
Right, exactly.
It's a hero, right?
Exactly. And then that overconfidence means that if we were wrong, oh, well, that's no big deal. We'll just fix that. We'll fix it in post, right? Like we'll figure out a way to, turn that to our advantage.
Yep.
Right. It's okay. We're just throwing spaghetti against a wall anyway. We're like, life is just always just something that's emerging in front of us. And if we got it wrong that time, that's okay. We'll just fix it. Whereas another type might find that to be capricious, irresponsible, right? They might find that to be something that they would definitely never do. Make choices based on patterns of very little information, like entire life choices, right? Like, yeah. Getting together with somebody or starting a company or making business choices or whatever. Parenting, right? And that overconfidence means that we're probably taking risks that do have reward associated with them, and it's probably undermining us in some ways.
Yeah. As an example of this, maybe let's use a different type. Let's say an EFJ, an ISfj, for example, uses harmony or extroverted feeling as their driver, dominant, or hero function. You can use all those interchangeably. Moving through the world, maybe in a social setting where they feel comfortable, maybe around friends of theirs, creating a little bit of drama in that situation, because I know how to get out of drama. I know how to smooth things over with people. This makes things interesting. It creates a dynamic here. Maybe you're working out some of your own issues, but you're like, I can create this drama. I can clean up the mess later. I can clean up any drama I'd create. So this might be how, like, for example, an EFJ might display this type of overconfidence, over certainty in their life.
Right. Or like an ETJ type might assume that they can throw all sorts of resource at something, right? Buy something very expensive. Well, you got to spend money to make money, or feel that, that they can take risks in their company or something to that effect, because they can always figure it out. So whatever that is, or maybe extroverted sensing, right, would be another style. Maybe take physical risks or do something that get themselves in a situation that they hadn't really thought about until now all of a sudden they're there and they realize it's really dangerous. So those are the kinds of things we're talking about. There's just this trust we have in our first function to get us through. And so we take risks there that maybe we shouldn't. And then the other side of that is that we bring it to a situation where it's not the right tool for the job, assuming we can fix this other thing that's unrelated. So going back to maybe an ETJ type, they're using extroverted thinking or effectiveness as that first function. They might think that they can buy relationships, right? Well, I'll just, I'll get wildly successful and then people will want to be with me.
Yep.
Or, or extroverted intuition, going back to our first function, exploration. We might always believe that building something new, which is a problem you and I have both had, when we just needed to buckle down and finish something, we're like, we don't have time to finish it. We'll just build something new or make a new, a new program or something.
Or INJs who hit a roadblock in creating something in the outer world. Well, I need to see it from a different perspective more. I just need to keep moving into different perspectives. That'll get the job done when it's just about executing at that point.
Yeah, exactly. So whatever your first function is, I think it's like good to sit down and go, okay, how have I been showing overconfidence here?
Yeah.
How have I been breaking things assuming I can fix them? Or how have I been trying to solve a problem with this tool that it's actually unrelated and another tool would be better?